Well, howdy and welcome to another episode, Postcard from Morehead. I'm Larry Dixon, and today we are doing what? We are doing black-eyed peas. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to talk about what goes in to black-eyed peas, or at least this version. So I started out with a bag of dried black-eyed peas, 1 pound. You can see how small the bag is. And I soaked them overnight. So they've soaked for 8 to 12 hours. And so they're ready to go in the pot. That's 1 pound of black-eyed peas. You know, peas, these black-eyed peas, they are really actually a bean. They're not a pea. So what goes into this? It's going to be 1 medium onion. Going to put in it celery. I love celery. Going to put some celery in it. A green pepper. I'm going to start off with 4 cups of chicken broth. If it takes a little bit more, I can add it, but this is what I'm starting with, is 4 cups, which is 1 box of chicken broth. 1 cup of diced tomato. Black pepper. We're going to put some salt in it. And for a little bit of kick, we're going to put some Cajun seasoning in this version. So let's go ahead and cut up our vegetables and get it ready to go in the pot. Oh, I forgot one other thing you do need. You need a nice, fairly large pot, and it needs to have a lid that will fit on it, because that speeds up the cooking process. So what I'm doing today is going to take just a very short time to get the vegetables and all of this, and bring the chicken broth to a boil. Then pour the peas in, and then I'm going to cut the temperature back to a simmer. It's going to simmer for 2 to 3 hours. Depends on how thick you like your black-eyed peas. So let's get to cutting up some vegetables. Okay, we've come back. We're starting to cut up our vegetables. I've already got some green peppers cut up. I've got calls for 2 cups of tomato. I only had 1 tomato. In the intro, I did not mention the secret ingredient, butter and ham steak. I'm going to fry this up in a skillet on the stove, cut it up in little pieces, and then we're going to bring the vegetable broth to a boil. Going to put these ingredients in there and let it simmer for about 2 to 3 hours. So let's get to cutting the rest of these vegetables up, and we'll be back. Well, I've already fried up 1 piece of this ham, and I decided, looking at it, man, that's not enough. I need more. So I got a second piece out, fried it up. I'm going to cut it up. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, I am bringing my vegetable broth to a boil. Got a nice char or sear on this meat, and that's really going to add to the flavor. Another reason for putting a lid on this vegetable broth while it's warming up, it does come to a boil much faster with the lid on. Okay, I've got the second frying up of the ham, the second one that I've done. Let's check and see if we're at a boil yet. Not quite, but I can smell it. Give it a stir. Yeah, it's going to be at a boil in just a minute. Okay, we have reached a temperature where it's boiling. Now it is time to start adding our ingredients. Let's start with the onion. We're going to put it in first. The green peppers. Tomato. Celery. the butter, black pepper, and you can use, this is the Cajun seasoning. You can use 1 teaspoon, 2. I'm just using 1 to give it a little kick. It's already smelling good. I'm going to go ahead and add the peas. Give it a stir. And the last thing I'm going to add is my pork steak. 1. There's the other. And like I said earlier, you know, with as much as I've got in there, I may need to add some more vegetable broth. Fortunately, more vegetable broth. And like I said, fortunately, I'm going to have to add some to this. There we go. Because I want this vegetable broth to cover what's in the pot. I'm going to put the lid back on. Okay, it has come to a boil. I'm going to reduce the heat to a simmer. Give it a stir to make sure nothing is stuck to the bottom. And it's going to simmer for about 2 hours. And it does smell good. Be sure to put the cover back on it. That helps hold that heat in. Well, as I promised, we're going to have black-eyed peas. I've already given a little sample taste, and it is good. So I've got the black-eyed peas, collard greens, and Lenore made her world-famous cornbread, just the way I like it. So, what's in the pot? I need to go down this list. 1 pound of black-eyed peas that's soaked overnight, somewhere 8 to 12 hours. 1 medium onion, 1 green pepper, 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, ham steak. I use those 2 large thick slices, a tablespoon of black pepper, 4 cups of chicken broth. Well, I actually ended up with about 6 cups with so much ingredients in there I had to add. So I ended up with 6 cups of chicken broth, 1/4 cup of butter, jalapenos. I'm going to use the cowboy candy from Glover Farms in Shelbyville, Kentucky. Lenore did not want it in hers, so I'll add it to mine separately. 1/2 cup of celery, 2 cups of diced tomatoes. And as you saw, I had 1 cup of diced tomatoes because that's all the tomato I had. So as I said, it soaked overnight for about 8 hours to 12 hours. And this time it simmered for about 3 hours. I predicted 2.5, but it went for about 3 hours. And it is going to be some good stuff. Lenore? Hello, Lenore.
Yes.
We're going to put some in this bowl. I need your spoon. Thank you. Some greens. Cornbread. And give us a try. It may be hot. It is hot. Got a thumbs up from my official taste tester. I like to put a little vinegar on my greens. Lenore doesn't go for that. And she always puts butter on her cornbread. So that's it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get me some of this black-eyed peas out. I'm going to give them a try right now. And I'm going to give you my opinion. Lenore gave it a thumbs up. You know, all the black-eyed peas I've ever had in the past came out of a can. I'll never do that again. This is absolutely wonderful. You can check below for the full recipe of what I've done. And this is Larry Dixon, postcard from Moorhead. I got to have another bite of that. That is good. This is a traditional New Year's meal, but you can have it in July, August, September. It doesn't have to be New Year's. Hit that subscribe button, like, and be sure to share with all your friends. Postcard from Moorhead. See you next time.